All right. Yo, we live. I hope we're live. Wait. Let me just confirm we are live. Let me close that. Good morning, gamers. How we doing? The biggest flexer in Crypto Nation is here. Yes, sir. Crypto fucking Nation. I don't know. I gotta come up with some sort of fucking name for CT. Anyways, we back. Absolutely fucking massive. Got a haircut. It was supposed to be shorter. Literally during the cut, or like at the end of the cut, I was like, "Yo, can you cut it shorter?" And then he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he like, I don't know what he does for like 10 seconds, and then he turns me around and it's like, "All right," and then starts charging me. I'm like, "All right, bro, whatever." I mean, to be fair, he had a customer coming, but whatever. It'd be like that. I do need a. I don't know. I wish it was shorter. Whatever. It looks good. We back. What's going on with the crypto world? A lot is going on. A lot of like Fed stuff, a lot of gaming stuff, a lot of gaming news coming out. I mean, a lot of these games have been in development for over a year now. As like not even development, like they've been like talking about releasing an alpha for over a year now, and a lot of them are starting to like get to that point. Yo, what's up, Legendary Rare Legic? And it's getting pretty excited. So I'm gonna talk about that. That's gonna be towards the end though. Other than that, we got a lot of crypto stuff to talk about, to be honest. A lot of like projects have a lot of news now. A lot of DeFi projects are coming out with, I mean, their products are starting to come out, so it'll be an interesting stream. I think we're gonna get right into the charts. Let me pull that up. All right. So, I mean, we're gonna start with a weekly, as per always. We just like God candled all the way back up to this purple zone. Now, do I think we break through it? Absolutely. Volatility's low. Volatility's primed. We've crossed over this momentum pivot, which is a super important level, 28,700. So we basically have to hold above it. And I'll discuss this level a little bit later in the shorter time frames because I do believe we might retest it. Again, volatility super low. 5 days, the same thing, except this momentum pivot is 26.7. So this is a much more bullish chart. But like it's still a very much longer period time frame that has a lot more likelihood to break up, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll just go straight to the two-day. 2 day, same thing. I do think we end up breaking out of this purple period on this current move. So currently we do have this stochastic pivot at 25.9, as well as volatility is currently expanding. I do think we have another drive all the way to the upside of volatility where we do finish this move. So like another breakout for on the 2 day. What would that be? 25 to 30, like to 38,000 to 34,000, somewhere in this range, 34 to 38,000. These are some pretty big. These are like some pretty far away levels. However, we just went from 20, or we literally went in like the span of a week, 20% in the span of like 7-8 days. So, or 6 days, 7 days. So these are very doable targets. I talk about them as they look far, but they're actually closer than you might think. The daily, I do think we start to slow down here a little bit. So what we could see is daily pull back a little bit. Or actually, wait. Daily could have one more drive. Daily still can have one more drive up, but I do think it's more likely that we pull back or we go sideways rather. And what I do end up thinking, what I do believe is going to happen is that we see the daily go sideways for the next like week or so, and the 2 day also go a little bit sideways, and then we get our next drive up after that, a little bit of a consolidation period. Pivot point on the 12-hour is 30,169, so we're actually below the pivot point, so we're about to turn down on this close. And we're also rejecting in this purple zone a little bit, so it is a bearish sign, as well as this is resistance overall. We have been like resisting off this general area, and so I'm not surprised I'm rejecting the first time, but I do think we end up consolidating around this level, and I'll get into it deeper. But the 12-hour looks every time frame looks very bullish. It just we're so overbought right now that we do need a little bit of a cool down. 4-hour shows this even greater if my indicators will load, which they are not. But if they will, oh wait, I'm stupid. Let's go 4-hour on here actually. So let me hide that. All right, so if we look at the 4-hour here, we kind of just went like up only, and volatility got super slammed to the upside, meaning that like the whole move played out much in like such great volatility. Like this is the most volatility we've seen in a minute since literally back here. What happened back here? We literally moved up 27% back here, and that was the last time volatility got slammed. like the way it just did, and this time volatility moved up 15%. So it really is a really big move, and I don't think the move is over, but I do think just like back here, where we did have this 20% move, and then we consolidated the next, how long? The next week, I do think something similar plays out here. We just had like a, let's just do it from here, like another 20% move. I do think we take about like a week to go sideways. And right now it is Wednesday. So I do believe, or wait, is today Wednesday or Thursday? Today might be Thursday. Today's Thursday. Goddamn. So I do believe that today for Thursday we go sideways, Friday we go sideways, Saturday, Sunday we go sideways, but then on the new week, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere around there, we start to make our next move up. So, but I do think we do end up taking the next like at least 5 days, 4 days, 5 days to go sideways and consolidate. 1 hour, same thing. Volatility got super slammed to the upside, and then we kept going up and up. Even while after that point, we kept grinding up, which is a very bullish sign, especially when especially when funding is high, which I'll get into a little bit later. Especially if funding is high, that's a very bullish sign. Trend is up. 30-minute and 15-minute again. Trend is up. I would assume these time frames you could be taking longs here, but I don't really. I assume we're going to consolidate more for the next few days. I don't think there's going to be as much volatility on these higher time frames. Let's get into open interest. So another reason why I do think this move is over for now is we did have volatility super high, just like on the 4-hour, as I just showed you. But open interest has also started to come down, as well as funding rates got super high up. So as soon as open interest loads, I will show it, but it takes a second because it's aggregating from every exchange. I don't know. Let's go to the 1 hour. Maybe the 4 hour is too much math for it. Might be. Well, let's go to funding rates while it loads. So, there we go. It loaded. So as you can see from the top right here, open interest is now down about 6%. So open interest is down a significant amount. And shorts got absolutely wrecked. Longs are starting to get a little bit wrecked here because people try to long the top, and obviously it doesn't work out. And so like we already have volatility super high, momentum was already like slowing down, but also open interest has come down quite a bit. So there's not as much gunpowder sitting ready to like get liquidated and go up. Good morning there. As well as we see funding rates also were super high at one point, meaning that a lot of shorts were closed. It doesn't necessarily mean people are longing, but it shows that a lot of shorts end up getting closed, as you can see by the open interest drop, and then a lot of longs remaining. However, we're already seeing funding rates start to go down a lot. On Lavitas, they were at like 0.015, so it was like 1.5 right here, which is very, very high. And so like it's very hard to be like, all right, we're gonna get another drive, or it's very hard to assume we get another drive up when funding is that high. So overall, it's pretty safe to say that we are done with this move, I would say. And for now, and I do want to see like a little bit of consolidation for like the next week, the next 5 days to a week. Well, if we go to the 4 hour, but I do think we see volatility come all the way back down, and we do end up maybe filling this area and just going sideways for the next 5 days. We are really bullish, so I really doubt we see like any of the lower areas. But on the downside, if you do have to like risk, if you do want to like be careful on what's your downside risk on a pullback here, we do want to stay above like 28.5. Basically this SR level pretty much, so 28.5. And if we do see below that, that would end up being kind of bad for Bitcoin, because this would imply that this was a bull trap. So if we look at it on the 12-hour, if we went all the way up and then we close a 12-hour below this 28.5 level, we do drop another like 7%. That would imply that this was a bull trap, a bull trap, and we did liquidate a lot of shorts before we go lower, and that'd be very scary. However, with news and everything, I really doubt that's the case. It's really like what's the probability of the scenario playing out? Like 5% in my opinion, while the bull case like 95%, where we go sideways and then we go up. So, but that's just like some downside risk protection if you're curious on where do you need to like start selling or being very careful. But if you were in a long, and I've been talking about being long from back here. I wasn't long myself, but I've been talking about, look, it's very, very bullish chart. I wasn't like long in terms of like futures at least, but in spot is a different story. But whatever, fuck spot. I didn't get to leverage trade, so it doesn't count. But if you were leverage trading, I would advise you to close your long around here and just wait for this consolidation and see what happens next. So, yeah, at least I'm honest. Like, I'll never like LARP about something, but I have been talking about like you should like I was talking about being bullish the whole time. I just wasn't in a fucking leverage trade, so it doesn't really count, I guess. At the end of the day, but fuck it, we ball. All right, let's move on to let's get to news. So we got a lot of news today. I mean, yesterday's price action broke this. All right, so he's talking about ES. Let me pull up the ES chart because ES is doing some interesting things. So if you look at it on the 4-hour, yeah. So if you look at ES on the 4-hour, we are at this EMA 55, and we have held it so far today. But we are starting to get like we could potentially see like a head and shoulders type formation, like a top signal a little bit on ES, where like something like that. Like I'm not big on formations again, but we could start seeing a little bit of like, all right, wait, maybe this move is over on ES for now, and we start to pull back to lower targets. So that would be like 4,300 and potentially all the way down to like 4,200. That'd be on like the very, very bear case, down to like somewhere like that, like 42, 41. But next signals said that right now we are potentially closing below so these key levels for these dynamic trend following strategies where they like to stay long. And if they start to close below, this could become pretty bearish. However, right now we're holding, so we'll see what happens. I guess we need more time for it to play out, but just something to be careful with the stock market. Something that's funny is I don't know if you know Crypto Capo. This guy was been like from like 15K. All right, this guy's been calling for 12K when we were at. All right, so like let me pull up the weekly chart. When we were back here. Oh wait, this yes. When we were back here at like 25,000, he was calling for like 12K, and then we get to 15,000. He still calls for 12K, and then we end up bouncing back to like 25 and he calls for 12K, and then we bounce to, and then he ended up disappearing somewhere around this 25K area. He ends up disappearing. Apparently he has a Telegram where he just talks about how we're going to keep going down. And to be fair, a lot of good traders I know about were bearish at this level where they're like, it was more likely we'd break down according to a lot of traders. I was bullish, just going to say it right here. But Capo is one of them who is bearish, but he's always bearish, so he doesn't count. But anyways, he completely disappeared off Twitter just to like talk shit about how Bitcoin's gonna go down, and then on Telegram, and then he's just still wrong. So, I mean, sucks to be him. I thought it was just really funny. That was it. That he disappeared off Twitter and still larps about his bear bias. Moving on, Loomdart. I mean, they literally told us to quit crypto for AI. So I literally talked about this in one of my streams, like literally a week and a half ago. Like, I mean, I'm only like, this is stream 14, but literally like stream 4, I was like, look, they're telling you to quit for AI. They're telling you crypto's dead and to quit crypto, and you didn't go long. And this is facts. I mean, like, I should pull up clips right now. I have the receipts on camera. I gotta pull this shit up, but for another time. But it is quite. It is like, look, as soon as everybody starts calling for that Bitcoin's dead, especially when it is on doing a higher low, when it's putting in another higher low in the weekly, and people are saying Bitcoin's dead, that's how you know that it has a lot more gunpowder inside of it. Some security risks. So Ledger upcoming device seed backup and restoration tool does not change the security of the device. This is I'm very skeptical on this, and I would advise you to also be very skeptical because basically Ledger are storing your private keys on inside of their cloud network, and even though they say it is 100% secure, cloud is like where they hack the most. The whole point of Ledger is that it stays on your device and nobody else can like do anything with it. So yeah, just be careful on this. My advice is for you to like not put your seed onto their backup and restoration tool, but then they do what you want to do. But I think there's too much of a security risk to do this. apparently there was a fake Trezor Wallet Suite app on the Apple App Store, and the app already removed it. However, they're not Apple are supposed to be like those closed source app store, and they're supposed to like never allow this shit to happen. Apparently, somehow this app got through, and so yeah, just be careful out there. A lot of hackers. That's my general advice. And I'm sure a lot. I don't know how many people actually got in trouble, but I'm sure a number of people like lost money, and so you should be careful out there. All right, Binance. So we got some more regulatory news. Actually, yeah. So let's start with some exchanges. I'll go to Binance in a second. Yeah, some regulatory news. So let's start with this exchange. So OPNX, never heard of them. Looked like a pretty small exchange. Apparently, according to them, they were doing record volumes, but they were faking it. So I mean, look at this chart right here. This is the past 10 days while they're doing record volumes. Their volume is literally like at the exact same intervals randomly every day, like these random points that have like no price action going on, and they just have like this fake volume. So I mean, yeah, just probably stay away from them. Also, Binance argues it's 8116Z zombie project. Damn, well, unfortunate for Andreessen Harson or whatever their name is, and whatever Andreessen. All right, I don't know their name. Anyways, Binance argues the SEC has no evidence of commingling in new court docs. Binance says the SEC contradicted its own statements about the crypto company. So, I mean, they're still in court. Maybe Binance get out, but we're going to find out. Oh, 3AC. It's 3AC. Well, 3AC is going to zero. Well, wait, 3AC still exists? Oh, wait, I think 3AC are doing like 3AC Ventures now or something. It's bad. It's interesting. I mean, that's how you know they weren't scammers on purpose. They were just net long, like very leveraged into long. That's very, very bad. All right, Bitcoin miner Core Scientific files Chapter 11. I don't know how in this like up only market you're going bankrupt. Like Bitcoin's up 90% and you went bankrupt. But hey, you do you, I guess. You do you. Unfortunate for them. Hopefully not too many people lost money. Yeah, so Valkyrie also. So we had BlackRock file for an ETF. We had Invesco. We had who else? We had Fidelity, and now we have Valkyrie filing for a Bitcoin ETF, a spot Bitcoin ETF. So just more and more of these investment firms are trying to get an ETF, and they're trying to be the first one. All right. So Federal Reserve Chairman. So Powell was talking yesterday. I mentioned a little bit during stream because it was basically happening during stream, and he's talking again today in front of, I believe, Senate. I don't know if it's Senate. I don't know what it's for exactly, but he's talking in today. He's basically going to say the same thing. But yesterday, he ended up saying that he believes that crypto appears to have staying powers as an asset class. And it's kind of funny because Balaji's the one who made the $1 million Bitcoin bet in 90 days. Obviously, ended up being wrong. This bet ended like a week ago. But he's basically saying that, yeah, look, now even Powell is saying that, look, crypto appears to have staying power, and they're gradually conceding. And look, in general, Biden appointees are starting to concede on the crypto end, and crypto is doing quite well. So just interesting to watch. And meanwhile, we have Gensler being bearish, or the government needs to drop its commitment to maintaining the dollar's reserve currency status. Or no, another. All right, well, whatever. Another appointee said that, but whatever. All right, well, let me talk about Gensler. I have Gensler like later. That's why I got confused. But anyways, Powell will be appropriate to raise. Powell thinks it'll be appropriate to raise rates twice more this year. So that, let's say there's another like 225 basis points, which I think is kind of crazy. But if inflation's still a problem, then fuck it. But I mean, like my dad has like a not a fixed a varied mortgage interest cost, and he's like talking about how much more is his mortgage cost now, and I'm like, all right, like significantly more due to like this 5% raise, because housing is like it's like more like 10% with like housing adjustments. So I don't know. I don't really think this is necessary, but something to watch out for that will probably happen. Gary Gensler. All right, so I saw this article, and I was like, all right, so basically this person, Molly Jane Zuckerman, no idea who she is, but I googled her, and apparently she's held like a bunch of like like key spots. So she's worked. I mean, wait, we're gonna search just her name. She worked for apparently Blockworks. She worked for CoinMarketCap. She worked for CoinTele. She's worked for like every single crypto fucking agency or crypto newsletter. And then she comes out with one of the most dumbest opinions I've ever seen. And basically, she's like, Gensler is utterly unimportant, and Gary Gensler has gotten the villain edit for the crypto community, and it's getting really boring. And she's completely redacted with this. This is one of the most redacted statements I've ever heard. The reason why you talk about something a lot at the end of the day is because you want change, and the only way you get change is by being loud. And if you get bored of being loud, then you're not gonna get change because obviously you have no like fucking interest in these changes. So L take by whatever her name is, and I don't know why this she even bothered writing this, but just very L take by this woman. We do need change. She farmed your click. Yeah, she did farm my click. And she farmed my flame also. She has zero respect for me. Alright, that's it. US to ease visas for is that no. Wait, Bill Zuckerberg? I don't know who Bill Zuckerberg is. Alright, I don't care. Anyways, moving on. We're going to like less crypto news, more like general news. The US is going to ease visas for skilled Indian workers. So I think that's a W America and W India moment. Like I've been talking about India a lot recently for some reason. I don't know why. I've like never talked about it once in my life, and now I'm talking about like bullish India. But I think this is a W move by the government. All right, so fraud for beginners. All right, so this guy's basically flexing his watch in his mansion, and then he's and dude, this is the most hilarious video. I would actually fuck. We're watching a video, but yo, we got that Rolly, that ice on me. All right, so basically he's like, look, you take on the watch as business credit, and then you just keep the watch, and then you file for bankruptcy with the company once you max all your credit cards, and then they can't take your watch, but they can but they do, I don't know, your company just goes bankrupt, and then it's like a different issue, and it doesn't affect your credit because the company went bankrupt. One of like the most dumbest takes, and one of the like, it's so illegal, but it's so funny that he's just flexing this on TikTok. I can't wait for like the IRS to like come knocking on his house and be like, yo, you're fucking under arrest for this shit. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Don't do that. Pretty much. Discord has added subscription tiers, so a lot of Discords have like, for example, trading Discords, they have separate chats for like for like signals and stuff like that. And I do think it's interesting that Discord now giving subscription tiers, so now people can monetize directly on Discord, which is very bullish for Discord, as well as I think there's going to be a lot more creativity involved with this. It's basically putting Discord at like similar competition scale to W Discord, yeah, very big W Discord moment. To like Patreon and to like OnlyFans and like these stuff. It really puts them on par to these platforms, and everybody already uses Discord, so it just makes Discord even better. It's like OnlyFans for groomers. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. So Polymarket, my new most favorite crypto project. I don't know if you can invest in it. I've done zero research in the actual project, but the geniuses behind Polymarket are basically allowing you to. So you basically just go to their website right here, and then you can bet yes or no on a. Oh, you can bet yes or no on a what's it called? On anything, pretty much anything. You can gamble on anything, and I already love gambling. As you know, I'm a gambling. I just fuck with gambling hard. Why? I don't know. But I mean, why is it like for the last like 4 days I've been like, yeah, buy this gambling project and buy this gambling project. I don't know. I just like gambling. But anyways, they have like these they allow you to bet on these stuff, and this Titanic submarine thing is like a pretty sad event. Like I'm not like I should sound more like somber. I'm just not really capable of that. But because of how funny this whole concept is, but people are literally gambling whether the people are going to survive or not, and the people do not. My condolences to their family and and may they rest in peace. However, the fact is, people are literally gambling on their lives, whether they're going to make it out or not. And on Polymarket, you can literally gamble on Mbappe leaving PSG, or will Elon and Zuckerberg, or whatever his name is, end up fighting. And you can gamble on literally anything. and it has to be one of the funniest concepts to me ever, as well as so somebody was joking about how Polymarket's intern was gonna get fired, and then the Polymarket account was even talking about how that you can gamble on whether they're gonna get fired in 2 weeks today or not. So I just thought it was hilarious. So where do we invest? I don't know how to invest in Polymarket. I mean, I could check Coin Market Cap really quickly, but it is crypto based. It is like a bunch of like crypto gambling. Polymarket. Wait, Coin Market Cap. Let's check. I'm just curious, but I do think it is genius. Nope, I don't know where to invest in it, but I think it's genius, and I just want to talk about it a little bit. All right, Blockworks. So Ambient Finance. I mean, I've seen people talk about them a few times recently. They're basically like a single contract DEX is a better deal for swappers and LPs, and this is interesting. But at the end of the day, it's still a DEX, and I don't think people are super like caring. Once people want to use whatever is the most liquidity, as well as I think the new Uniswap update even has this update, the single contract DEX architecture, the new Uniswap with all their hooks and shit. So I don't even think it like matters at the end of the day. However, just like an interesting project to maybe be aware of if it's able to get volume onto its platform. Another one is our stablecoin by Rathfi. And the only reason I'm talking about it is again, like it's one of those tokens that like I've been hearing a lot of people talk about recently, and I just saw a news article, as well as they're working with Mav Protocol, which is another project that I've heard about a number of times recently. So like, I'm not telling you to invest in anything. I'm just saying if you need some tokens for your list, for your watch list, then maybe pay attention to some of these. Another one that like I've seen pump a lot is Stacks, because Stacks is basically allows you to do Bitcoin DeFi and stuff like that. Again, I don't know personally anything about it too much in depth, but it's pumped like crazy recently, and this does hop on the hype of Bitcoin ordinals, where with Bitcoin ordinals you can now like have NFTs and stuff on Bitcoin, and I do think having DeFi and Bitcoin is also like a pretty significant thing. So in general, like if like a Bitcoin DeFi project will probably do well. Again, like I've not put any into my DCA portfolio, although I probably should into my DCA portfolio on the channel but I also don't own any, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But again, just another project to be aware of that is potentially interesting for the long term. All right. What do we got here? Oh, Level. So this is a project I do have in my DCA portfolio that I have mentioned before. Not financial advice, by the way. But Level's trading volume and arbitrage. So what is Level? Level is it's actually going to be my DCA of the day. Well, the problem is that I have big caps and micro caps, and the way this is structured, I'm only putting money into one coin a day. And I was going to put money into Rollbit today because I love gambling as my micro cap pick of the day. But I do want to talk about Level really quickly. So it is in my micro cap right here. So what exactly is it? Let me pull up its website. But basically, it's a perp dex, and it basically you can leverage trade on there. It looks very pretty, the website, and it's on Arbitrum BNB, and so they do have like trading volumes, and they do have like some insane trading volumes. So since June 19th, they have done 15 million in volume, and those are really good signs. And I think in general it's a good sign to be bullish all these perp dexes, especially ones that do get volume, and it can be very interesting. And apparently there's a new incentive program beginning, so in the hopes that more traders will join in. So something to just be aware of. It probably catches some hype over a short amount of time. Not financial advice. Yeah, let's get into what's up for the day and what's down for the day. Pepe is up 37%. So yeah, there you go. Stacks is up 11%, which I mentioned. Bitcoin Cash up 15% because God knows why. Mina's up 8%. I don't know. Chainlink is up. Hey, look at Chainlink. Damn, Chainlink's at 5. Damn, Chainlink is still the 23rd coin at $5. God damn. Yeah, damn. Yeah, and it's literally down like 90%. It's fucking massive. But yeah, everything's basically green. Not much is red today. On the weekly, you have Pepe ups and Stacks up 76 to 72%. Damn, Stacks outperformed Pepe. I guess Bitcoin DeFi is just that bullish. Oops. Wait, did I accidentally close my portfolio? All right. Well, let's go back. Let's ZCA. So like always, $10 in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up today, $10. What is it now? 3.5. All right, 3.6. There we go. That transaction. $10 in ETH, and I'll talk about how much everything's up, which is it is up. W's in the chat, as per usual. Just insane investment advice, not financial advice, but insane investment advice. I love being right. Big cap. Oh yeah, so my big cap of the day was Woo Network. Again, another DEX. I probably should put money into stacks, but just up so insanely that it's like a little bit disgusting for me to put money. But Woo is another DEX. They have a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange, and I believe you can do cross-chain swaps. So I do quite like it a lot. All time, it is down quite a bit from the top. Is down like 90%. So I do think it is at a good price point, and I do think they have a lot of potential in the future. So I'll add some more into Woo. Woo Network. Can I buy 50, 48. All right, 48.1 works for me. And then my microcap of the day was is gonna be Rollbit for now. Bets rolls down. Fuck. All right. Fuck. I should buy more. All right. Where's Rollbit? RBL. And the reason why I like Rollbit a lot was it RLB. It's not like Rollbit a lot is because a lot of people do know about Rollbit, and they were before they had a token. People were very bullish, but the way their token worked was they ended up basically giving it out to everybody who used their app. All right, well, I can't use Rollbit, but I can use Rollbot.com, which is basically the same thing if you think about it. It literally says Rollbit. But yeah, so it's basically a gambling platform, and I don't know how like fees work with it. I believe you get like a portion of fees or something. But the reason why it was down so much was because it got super hyped, and then you had a bunch of people who farmed it or just got Rollbit from gambling, and they got it for free, and then they want to gamble their money, so they're gonna sell their Rollbit to gamble more. So they end up selling off, and it sold off pretty hard from this top, like 70%, 66%. So I do think this is like a good area to start accumulating. So Rollbit will be my gambling coin of the day. Love me some gambling coins, and you can buy like 500. So I love when you can buy a lot of a token because it looks pleasing to the eye. 4 years. 480. All right, perfect. 480. There we go. Add transaction. So yeah, let's take a look at the portfolio overall. Today is day 14. So we are $560 in, and we are up 52, which is about 10%. If you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is up about 12%. So I'm a little bit underperforming Bitcoin with everything, mainly because of Ethereum. Ethereum's down. Also, my microcaps are down, which microcaps tend to be a higher beta on Ethereum at the end of the day because people tend to trade them as USDC versus in liquidity pools. They tend to be like ETH versus that token, or USDC or USDT versus that token, but mostly Ethereum. And so you end up seeing, you're probably going to see a lot of these on-chain microcaps lag a little bit. You are seeing Pika be the absolute winner, though. Fucking love me some Pika. Some gains, Pendle. Yeah, everything is doing pretty okay. On the big caps, however, these are all exchange coins. So some of them will hard outperform Bitcoin. Some of them will hard underperform Bitcoin. Unfortunately, I'd not pick Stacks. I'd not pick Pepe. Fuck. Should have picked some Pepe. But it's okay. At the end of the day, we're up overall. GMX is my biggest winner. I do have quite a bit in GMX. It's actually my third biggest holding after Bitcoin and ETH, which technically is only because I'm only DCAing them as like a quarter and a quarter of the portfolio. But just interesting to keep watching. I mean, I have timed this pretty well where we're in an up-only market, but it feels good to be an up-only market right now. Yeah, look at that. I love that staircase up. And then I like how it just gets like fatter and fatter staircase just because the market moves up. All right, so let's close the tokens of the day. Fuddies. And let's go to some NFT stuff. Fuddies 95. All right, well, they're accumulating. Trust, they're accumulating. Up only. Pudgy Penguins are even higher than yesterday. W's. What do we got going on with Pudgy Penguins? All right, so with Pudgy Penguins, June 29th, which is a week from now. Yeah, Fuddy's at 100 forever. But Sweet value is going up, so technically Fuddies are worth more now. Think about it. moving on. Pudgy Penguins have like more merch dropping a week from now. Igloo.shop. I wonder if this loads anything. Igloo together. All right, so you can join the waitlist right here. They have looks like a hoodie and some pants and a windbreaker of some sort and a hat. So the merch coming up soon. So this is June 29th. Oops, this is supposed to be later actually. So June 29th, I mean, it's a short video of just like a short promo video where somebody's working on the website or something. Oh, work on the trailer. Work on the trailer. All right, good promo. Let's move on, Luca. So apparently, they're doing an Oktoberfest in Munich for Pudgy Penguins Europe. So if you want to pull up to that, September 30th, if you're in Munich, you might as well music beer party. Sounds like a good time. And then Luca Netz was talking about how fascinating how much you grow when you make polarizing / egregious statements. The social media algorithms are optimizing for drama and ultimately rewarding the drama with more views, likes, and followers, a societal death spiral that's frying our brains from the inside out. So, as per usual, Luca is being wholesome and exposing the truths of reality and common Luca W. and Pudgy Penguins up only. Even though this has nothing to do with Pudgy Penguins, but I just love hearing Luca's like quotes of the day. Campai Pandas. So this guy, he's a MMA fighter, I believe. Joe Rogan Experience MMA show. Platinum Perry. Yeah, I guess he is an MMA fighter. He was wearing a Campai Panda hat to the what's it called? To the Joe Rogan podcast. You know, that's cool. W Campai Pandas shows how powerful the holders are. I still don't know like super much. Not super much. I don't know how to feel about Campai Pandas right now, but they do have a very strong community, and that's very important. I almost bought. Did you almost did though? Copium. What's their floor at? Actually, I'm curious. Campai 0.8 ETH. They're affordable. They're slowly going down. I feel like. Wait, if you look at analytics, floor price, they've been like grinding down the last like 90 days. Unless they bounced. Oh wait, floor's down. Yeah, they've been like they were at 1.8 ETH literally 90 days ago with 2 ETH. Now they're at 0.6. They were at 0.6. Now they're at 0.8. From what? Instead of scooping a Campai Panda, you should scoop a Pudgy Penguin. Literally the greatest token of all time. All right. So let's move on from those. We got some Ember Sword news. So Ember Sword just dropped their white paper. It's a good sign. It means that the game's closer to releasing. I'm not really going to go through it here, but there's a lot to talk about, or there's a lot to read. It's quite detailed, and I would never sell the Pudgy. That's a fair point. Pudgy Penguins are like the greatest thing. So moving on, yeah. So we got the Ember Sword thing, and you can read it yourself. I'm not going to personally read it, but the game is coming up soon. And I'm actually quite bullish because this is a pretty white paper. I like all the things. Game rewards / missions. 50% of the tokens are distributed through game rewards. Think about it. Wait, does that include the NFTs? Oh, that's emissions. No. That also includes the NFTs, and the NFTs will emit a lot. So I don't know about that one, but definitely something to read if you're more interested. If you look at their key investment partners, Bitcraft. I know some people here love Bitcraft. Delphi Digital are also quite impressive. Immutable X. I mean, they're literally launching on Immutable X. Like all their NFTs are hosted by Immutable X. Makes sense. YGG. I don't really know the rest other than Animoca. I don't really fuck with Animoca like that, but whatever. Oh, CoinGecko. Cool. So yeah, you see some of these investors. I'm bullish Ember Sword. None of the day, but it needs Bitcraft and mechanism simp confirmed. Yeah, we have some Bitcraft simps in the chat. So yeah, just interesting. Sparkadia. So apparently G2, one of the biggest esports teams in the world. I don't know why their Rocket League team tweeted this out, but G2 have 1.5 million followers on Twitter. They're massive. If you don't know about them, you should. Apparently they have a Sparkadia. So Sparkadia is a game I've been talking about a little bit, and they have a Sparkadia team already. Time to play with some balls. I don't know about that gay shit, bro, but understandable. And yeah, kind of funny to me that they already have a Sparkadia team, but also very bullish for the game. Very, very bullish for the game. And the game looks cool. I have some gameplay of the game right here in case you're curious. Where basically people just run around and you basically try to get a ball into the goal while you just hit other people. The guy has the ball right now. I don't really know what's going on. Oh, there he goes. But the game does look like people want to play it and there's a genuine interest, which is a good sign. It reminds me of like ARAM League of Legends plus a soccer ball mixed in. Pretty funny. Champions Ascension. So Champions Ascension, they're talking about their Polygon migration, and they have 2 new champions, as well as they have like some new events and some new pets. So just in general, just some more overall news. If you want to read it, go ahead and read it. I don't really care enough. But you are seeing a lot of gaming news, a lot of updates come out. Star Atlas, they have a lore wiki now. So if you want to see their lore, kind of like a white paper, but with their story, you can see a list of characters and stuff. They are starting to work on that. And lore is always good. Like, personally, lore is what makes League of Legends as good as League of Legends is. And like, if it wasn't for all the backstories and all like the like, what do they have? They have their anime. They have tons of stories on every character, and there's so much depth to the Runeterra world that it just, even if you don't fuck with the actual like game anymore, because the game's fucking cancer and gives you AIDS in game, at least it gives you mental brain damage. But despite that fact, that the game does, the story's still sick. Like, one of my favorite YouTubers, his name is Necrit. He literally will just read the newest stories and then just connect it, and it's just super interesting. And you literally don't even have to care about the game just to be interested in the lore. So hopefully the story with Star Atlas is actually good. And that is bullish for Star Atlas if it is good. And if it's shit, then send Star Atlas 0. And then Epic Games platform lists Web3 game Gods Unchained. If you don't know about this is basically a game on Mutable X. And it's a card game. I don't really fuck with card games like that. But it's bullish Mutable X and bullish whatever Gods Unchained. I will never play it, but it's also good to see Epic Games listing these crypto games. So a very, very good sign. So what was the title of my stream again? Wait, let me fuck, I forgot the title of my stream. What will be the next big crypto game? Now, do I actually know what the next big crypto game will be? I have no clue. However, at the end of the day, W Crypto Games, and yeah, that's really it. W Crypto Gaming. There's a lot coming out in the near future. Mavia, 8 more days or 9 more days. I like, it's so painful waiting, but I'm excited to play it. Other than that, like, a lot of these games are gonna come out. We're gonna find out for once and for all if these games are good or not. And if Mavia ends up being shit, it ends up being shit. What am I gonna do about that at the end of the day? But hopefully it's not shit. So there's only one way to find out, and it's to actually play them. So I'm glad they're actually coming out. Do I have anything else to talk about? Not really. Yeah, Shrapnel, Mavia, Sparcadia looks surprisingly good. Ember's Sword wildcard. I had wildcard news and I just kind of ignored it because I don't really know what the game is. Or no, they were showing off some like models. Wildcard. 50 million is my number. Yeah, that'd be sick if Dr. Disrespect gets on. Yeah, wildcard. They were showing some model stuff and I was like, oh, this looks stupid. I just ignored it. Maybe I'm just a hater though. I might be a hater. Media. I don't know. I'm not super impressed with what I've seen so far. Hopefully they impress me more. But whatever. We're gonna find out. Yeah, I'm just a hater. Yeah, I don't know. I saw this or something. I was like, what am I looking at? But I've never seen the game before, so why am I hating? I literally haven't seen the game. You need the BTS behind the scene. Our wildcard are on Polygon, by the way. I mean, based on this is the Polygon advertisement. So I don't know enough about them to talk much. Maybe I'll join the Discord one day, but that's for another day. That's another day's issue. Technically my fuddies are going up in value versus Sui, so hopefully they go up only. All right, yeah. What else? I'm here for 48 minutes. I've been actually recording also. So W's in the chat are like 43 minutes I've been live, but W's in the chat. Hopefully I actually make clips now. Not be completely fucking useless. As per usual, not be fucking completely a target dummy. But whatever. Adios amigos. I don't know why. Like after these streams, I'm always pretty drained. I feel like talking for 45 minutes straight is like surprisingly harder than it should be. It's like fuck. I don't know how XQC does it. No wonder XQC is going like fucking insane. Like bro's been streaming for 5 years, like 12 hours a day. Like bro has like mental damage from that shit. Granted, he also doesn't speak English as a first language, so I think that affects stuff a little bit also. All right, I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna end broadcast. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy your Thursday. It's almost Friday. Finish your work